Have you ever felt like you're so far gone, too far gone, and you don't know how to get back to the point where you started? That's happened to me. I'm the first to say that I'm not oblivious and I'm not, exempt from life. As a matter of fact, I am glad that life often knocks me down or knocks me down in the past. And it will again, as you keep on living, like they say, you certainly will encounter life and life's mishaps. But there's so many times in our lives when we lose control. And a lot of times you're losing control not because of yourself. You're losing control because somebody else you believe pushed you to that place, or somebody's actions, reactions, behaviors helped you to get to that place. Notice how I said it. They help you to get there. You believe they put you there. But ultimately, when you're out of control, it is because you allowed yourself to become out of control. Whether you're in a relationship with yourself or with others, the only person who has control over you is yourself. Check yourself. Many times we want to blame others for the work that we should be doing on ourselves. Many times we look for distractions in other people or other people's behavior, rather than address our own behavior in ourselves. A lot of us are dealing with the illusion of control. A lot of us think that we're in control of a situation that we're totally not in control of. And the best way to gauge that you're out of control is take a measurement stick, call it the chaos measuring stick, and measure the level of chaos that you're experiencing in your life right now. If you're having relatively a lot of chaos, chances are there's some aspect of your life that is out of control. And the first way to control the fact that you're out of control is to recognize the degree to which you're out of control. I've said a lot of control, and I'm going to use the word control a lot. So I'm not trying to do tongue twisters. It just is the subject matter. Whenever I've been out of control, I had to pinpoint that I was. And there are times in my life, RuPaul has said it several times. He's like, I know I'm too much for myself. You have to recognize when you're too much for you. You have to recognize when the inventory and the work that needs to be done is not on the other person you're focused on or the other thing you're focused on, but rather focus internally. Look at yourself introspectively. A lot of people have a difficult time doing that because one, they don't know how to do it, or two, it's too much work, or three, they just don't want to do it because it forces them to show up, to take accountability for the fact that they're out of control. The illusion of control. Let's talk about the illusion of control. Many times people will look at a situation and they assume they have control. They spend a lot of time and effort trying to take control of a situation. And then the more and more you try to take control of the situation, you realize that you're losing elements of yourself. You're losing parts of yourself. You're not feeling peace. You're not feeling a general sense of well-being, even as you believe you're in control. That's when you know there's an illusion of control. That's when you have to take a step back and say, wait a minute, am I really in control of this situation, or is this situation taking control over me? I had to recently deal with such an issue. I'm like, wait a minute, is this situation totally absorbing me and pulling me into it? Am I thinking I'm in control of something that I really was not meant to control in the first place? Am I being sidewink and hoodwinked by the fact that I have this whole control element and I want to be in control? Because a lot of those who spend a lot of times trying to be control of situations that they cannot control are people who have issues with control. And you need to know whether you're a control freak or not. I used to be a control freak. I'll be the first to say, when I was younger, I wanted to master everything in my path, everyone in my path, and every situation or circumstance that I encountered. And did that work out that way? Absolutely not. A lot of times I got knocked down by situations and circumstances. A lot of times the situations and circumstances that I thought I was in control of ended up controlling me or helping or making me spiral out of control. And then I had to take a step backward and say, hey, you know what really happened here? What was the lesson that I needed to learn here? And facing the truth about yourself and acknowledging that you're a control freak or that you have to be in control of a situation in moments when you shouldn't even attempt control, but sit down somewhere or step back and analyze the situation and realize, you know what, this is not all about me. It is, you have to look at the other players. Like they say, read the room. Understand that sometimes the best way to control a situation is not to try to take control of it. I know I'm saying a lot. I know you're like, Ingrid, you know, is easier said than done. I say that a lot in these videos, and it's true. A lot of the stuff or the wisdom that I'm spewing out is things that you should know, things that you probably do know. But when it comes to the actual application of the process, it's really difficult to execute. You know, especially when you feel that you should be in control of your life, and when you are in control of your destiny, and then you're trying to do the best you can and show up the way that you believe you should, and things are not working out, it really presents a conundrum for those of us who used to be control freaks. I said a lot. Let me take a pause here and let me talk about what I really came to talk about. The whole element of control and being in control is only valid when you acknowledge your flaws, acknowledge your shortcomings, acknowledge your humanity. Nobody is perfect. Perfection, as I said in one of my videos, is a myth. This striving towards perfection to be a better person or a better version of yourself is real. What is not real is not acknowledging that you are not without flaw. And that is necessary in order to not feel like you have to always be in control, because being in control means that you don't tend to look at yourself or look at the situation realistically. It is necessary to acknowledge your humanity in order to deal with a lot of what life throws you, whether it is a circumstance that you did not anticipate or a circumstance that is something outside of your realm of control. You need to be able to take a step back, breathe, count sheep, count to 100, do whatever you have to do, and then engage in the act of problem solving from the place of coming to the table with a solution rather than just focusing on the problem. I tell people all the time, don't just bring the problem to the table, bring a solution. And solutions can only come if you take a step back and analyze and think it through and reassess and reevaluate not only your expectations or your priorities or, you know, the outcomes that you want, but also who you're being in that moment and what is really required of you in that moment. I bring these topics here because in relationship counseling and individual counseling, the biggest obstacle in encountering and dealing with every human problem there is a problem of the individual self. In order to show up in a relationship and be your best self, you have to work on yourself. In order to show up in a relationship, whether it's at work, at play, at school, wherever you are the key to unlock the access to whatever you need, whether it's your destiny or whether it's other people's help or other people's approval, you know, and getting to the point where you need to go to. You have to unlock that access, and the access is you. You're the key to life. You don't have to go looking for other keys. You hold everything you need within yourself, and everything within you allows you to access those parts outside of yourself that you cannot comprehend, that you may not totally understand. And even if they present a challenge, the challenge is not without the answer. Search yourself, do work on yourself, and find the best version of yourself there is. The version that doesn't seek to control and spirals out of control because they don't understand that the true meaning of control is about the individual self, not about other people. You cannot control others. You can only control who you are and who you choose to be. My name is Ingrid Felton. I hope you got something out of that. As always, thank you for showing up and visiting my YouTube channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for liking the videos and for telling other people about what I'm doing here and for your subscription to the YouTube channel. If you want to reach me, I'm going to leave my phone number at the bottom. Please reach out, and I look forward to hearing from you. Again, have an amazing day. Bye.